Well, CaribBEING, a being who is Caribbean, coming up from the Caribbean or descended from someone who is. It's all these things and more, and next week right here at BRIC, you can see what a real CaribBEING looks like and sounds like. At BRIC Flicks, you can not only watch films and hear music that reflect that culture, you can also engage in a discussion about what it means to be Caribpolitan.
Here to explain what that means and to help us forget about this cold weather and remember the beauty and creativity of the Caribbean is the founder and chief curator of CaribBEING, Shelly Vidia Worrell. Shelly, thank you, and welcome back to BK Live.
Thanks for having us.
Of course, and a special artist who will perform here next week, a songwriter and world music artist hailing from the Dominican Republic, Irka Mateo. Irka, thank you very much for being here. Thank you both for being on BK Live.
So last time you were here, we were talking about arts and music and politics and all of these things that it means to be Caribbean in Brooklyn right now and buying power. But now you've branched into films.
Well, actually, we've been curating. We started off with film programming 5 years ago, so that was our first discipline with the Flatbush Film Festival. So our mission is building community through the lens of Caribbean film, art, and culture. So for 5 years, we've been presenting Caribbean cinema, contemporary, classic, whether from back home in the Caribbean or from the diaspora. So film is one of our strongest disciplines and the first sort of art form that we started to experiment with when we started programming 5 years ago.
Very cool. So this is like a full circle moment that's completely in the elevation and evolution of CaribBEING.
That's exactly right, and we're really excited about it.
Irka, why don't you tell us about your music? How does it reflect your Caribbean roots?
Well, my music reflects what we are as Caribbean, because it comes from our roots, our indigenous roots, our African roots, and also the European component that makes part of it. So it's like holistic, what and who we are as Caribbean people.
So on the BRIC Flicks evening, there's going to be a multimedia experience. There's film and there's going to be some live performance elements. How do you synthesize some of those things?
Yeah, I think really we started off by thinking about what's happening right now in terms of culture in Brooklyn and Caribbean culture specifically. So we identified two shorts. The first being Making History by a good friend of mine, Caecilia Tripp, who's based in Paris. And that film is about a conversation between Linton Kwesi Johnson, who's a really famous dub poet, and Édouard Glissant. And they're talking about exactly that. What does it mean to have a Caribbean identity in a global context? And that's really something that we've been thinking about, and we're seeing that those conversations have become really at the forefront of a lot of our programs over the last year and a half. And the second film really deals with another aspect of immigration, and that's really the separation that sometimes happens in some families between the parent and the child, and the impact that has on that relationship, and also what those dreams could have been, or when parents and children migrate to places like Brooklyn, right? So, a lot of times we're seeing that, these, kids, they have really, they watch a lot of film, they watch a lot of media, they have access to social media now, so they have this imagination of what they think is happening. Exactly, but when you get here, it can be a completely different reality. Right. So those are the two topics that we thought we wanted to really sit down on the stoop and explore in greater depth and detail. So I'll be joined by Oneka LaBennett from Cornell University, and her focus and specialization is on West Indian and West Indian adolescents particularly. So there is a very female component, of course, and then we'll also be joined by Irka.
That's great. And Irka, you're going to be playing music at the event. I think we have a video. Let's get a taste of your music right now, and we could talk about it.
Okay.
La mujer del hombre pobre y se conoce, porque anda tú el
Amazing.
Right.
Irka,
I'm blown away.
I'm blown
that
away.
voice comes out of this little
Yes.
woman sitting at the table.
I would describe it as, powerful and passionate, all these things. I'm curious how long it takes you to come up with a song like that.
Well, actually, this song is a traditional song that we inherited from the indigenous people of the Caribbean, the Taino people. So
What is the song about?
It is about death and how we are not surviving, through our culture, our languages, and all the things. So it's a sad song, and it's like a war song because we didn't see the end because it gets really, really funky.
Oh, I felt that. For me in that. I was like, wow.
Yeah, but this song was found in the mountains of the Dominican Republic by another ethnomusicologist called Fradique Lizardo. And I just did an arrangement of it, and the instrument that I'm playing is an indigenous instrument. This is the mayowacan, and that we used in our powwows back in the days. So I'm bringing to life like these forgotten instruments from our past.
That is amazing. I mean, that's fantastic. We're really looking forward to the performance here at BRIC House.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
So you have to let us know when to be here for the BRIC Flicks in the Caribbean on the stoop.
So it will be next Wednesday, the 16th, from 7 to 9 p.m.
Okay, and next Wednesday you'll have to come down to find out exactly what a Caribpolitan is to get the good definition and participate in that discussion and be entertained. I'm so excited now. This was good. We'll be there Wednesday.
Excellent.
We'll see you back here.
Join
Thank you
us.
very much for being
Join us
here.
on
Thank
Check out
you.
CaribBEING in all its forms. Thank you very much.
Thank you.